because I love taking reference images, whether it be a real life build or something from a TV show, and translating it to Minecraft. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I'll give you a few tips and tricks if you're trying to take a real life build and translate it to Minecraft. First of all, you've got to choose a block palette. Now for this one, went with the granite, went with the arts and craft gypsum block, went with mangrove wood, and some accents of sandstone. When you're choosing a block palette, you've got to think about a few different aspects of color. Color has a variety of things that you need to keep in mind. Hue, saturation, shade, tonality, texture, all these things are important. The saturation or the vibrance of the block is really important because you want to choose blocks that are going to match each other in their saturation. They're not going to compete for attention. That's why the less saturated granite compared to like a brick block or a red concrete is going to match better with the more saturated gypsum. They're going to work together in tandem instead of fighting for attention. When you're thinking of hue or shade, that can be if something is too cool in color or too warm in color, or if it's too light or dark. So you want to match up the blocks with the original build as close as possible, but keep in mind there are some limitations in Minecraft. For example, instead of going with gypsum, I could have went with sandstone here, but some sandstone has too much of a texture to it, so I could have went with something like smooth sandstone, but then I feel like that wouldn't have been quite saturated enough for the build. It would have made these inner divots of the walls stand out a little bit too much compared to the granite. So by choosing two blocks that are similar in tone, texture, and saturation, it makes the build feel a little bit more cohesive and match the original build a little bit closer.